Last moment update. I'm so wet because I've been outside and I'm being flooded once again. For now, there's no flood inside, but there's a bigger problem. Alexa, enciende la luz del garaje. Another day, another update, right? Let's get started. Finally have compressed air. Biggest machine I ever had in my workshop. Amazing machine. New storage area here and quite powerful. Look what it did to my wall. Finally starting to look like an organized workshop, right? And today I want to show you this because I'm planning to make... What's up my friends? Welcome back to another workshop update, the video series you all love. As you have seen in the intro, my workshop got flooded once again, but don't worry, there was no damage this time. But there's a bigger problem. The pump here works, the pump in the backyard works, everything works, so it's not my fault anymore. You see, now the problem is the street, which is not mine. It's from the city. So the problem is that this tube, which is the main output for water from my entire house, is already full. So imagine this entire tube is full up until my bathroom. I can hear the bubbles inside of my bathroom, which is crazy because even if my pump works, I can't output the water because the street is already flooded. So I think the city hall should fix that because I can't fix it anymore. I have pump here, I have pump there, I have an extra pump here if I want to put it. And yes, since the water is on the street, now my bigger fear is that this entire tube is filled with water. I don't even want to touch it. I place a support here, this bar, and I'm placing another one there because this weighs now hundreds of kilos. Imagine this 10 diameter tube filled with water. It's very heavy. And the pump here works. As you can see, this is the pit. I've opened it just to make sure. And each time the level rises, it outputs the water here. But this one goes in the same tube. So each time that it would output, since the exit on my house is just, I don't know, maybe half a meter below the house, that's the problem. The street is flooded. My yard is flooded. I don't know if I can show it to you. We'll wet my camera. Look at this. This is flooded and the street is even worse. I'll get back, otherwise I'll wet my camera. So, not sure what I could do. I will buy something, not for today. I will buy a valve here, so I can place a valve so the water could only go in that way, not in the opposite direction. That will give me different problems, but at least no dirty water will come back into my house. So hopefully this tube won't break and hopefully the level won't rise above my house and enter through the toilet or the shower. Usually, since this has a little bit of degrees downwards, usually water will start flooded from here. I hope won't happen, but I've moved everything here on top of the table so it won't happen like before, all my machines. And I'll start moving this as well. Hopefully it won't enter the water. So that was the flooded part 1 week ago. But right now I'm in the middle of 3 projects and 1 review. That's why my workshop is a mess once again. So let me just clean a little bit before I go over all the updates that I've made to the workshop. Okay, that's more likely. It starts to look like a workshop because I always show you my workshop in a mess. So I thought I should clean it a little bit. Oh, I need the electronics workshop as well. I've tried to clean it as much as possible and organize it a little bit. I still have to organize all these tools here. Okay, but let's see what we have new in the workshop. First of all, for the flood problem, I've reinforced the tube with some more points and also changed the screws of these connectors so it will be hanged into the wall a lot better. And I've also bought a valve, which I will show in just a moment, but it hasn't arrived yet. And I will place it right here. And this is the valve that I bought and it's specially made for 110 millimeters, which is what I have for my tube. And this will only let the output, the water output, not input into my home. And hopefully it will work. So by placing the valve exactly at the input here, I will assure that no water from the street will come inside of my home. Another update is that I finally have compressed air in my workshop, connected to the electronics workshop and to my machineries here. So I bought this special tube for compressed air and I have one that goes to my electronics workshop with a valve here. So it will go right here. to this. And here, this is long enough to reach any point, so I have a gun here. And that's how I have for cleaning anything that I want. Actually, the idea is to add here a retractable hose. So basically we'll retract it like this and then let it go. And in that way I can reach all these spots and also here if I have to clean something on this side. This is what I'm talking about. It's the same kind of tube, but it's retractable inside of that case with a spring. So just take it out, use it, and then when you leave it, it will go inside of the case. And the other side is connected here because I have a new machine. Stay tuned because I will soon release a full review and testing of this machine. And this machine needs compressed air or argon air because this cuts metal. Yeah, I can't hide it anymore. This is the machine. Soon you will have it, so that's why I have compressed air here in order to cut metal. So yeah, that's a huge update for me. And I'm not talking about the air, the compressed air, because that's something normal. It's something that I always wanted. But the huge announcement is that I finally have a metal cutter with lasers. Imagine the possibilities and imagine the ideas that I could have for future projects. Stay tuned for that because that's a huge upgrade of my workshop. And by the way, this area, if you remember, is what I call the pit of death. This is where the water from outside goes and then I have a pump that takes it out. So I've made some shelves here so I can store some machinery and some boxes. In that way I have a lot more space in my workshop, and this is stuff that I don't usually use every day. So yeah, I've made them with some metal bars, welded them together and then screw them to the wall and some wood shelves. And that's it. And there's where I have my compressed air. By the way, you will hear me these days with my voice kind of whistling because I have some sort of bronchitis, something like that. So yeah, my voice is kind of whistling right now when I talk. And by the way, I guess that you have noticed that I had to enlarge a little bit my table. When I first got this machine, I've only seen it in pictures and I've read that it has 800 by 800 printing area. And I didn't actually realize how big that is. So I had to add a bit more to the table and some more supports and also a lot more support below because this is quite heavy. So now I'll rearrange my area. That will be the machinery area and maybe my lathe machine will be here. And then I'll have my printing area here for 3D printers. And my filament, I want to place it on the wall. So I'll have like some racks here for the filament and maybe in the middle just some working normal area. And finally this area here, I'm still not sure what I will do with this. I've told you that I will place a sink here because I have a water input here, but I don't have a water output. As I told you, this is the water output for my entire home. So I'll have to make a system with a pump that pumps it and place it inside of the tube. So yeah, for now, this is just storage. I will change it, obviously, and who knows what other table for the workshop I will make here. Actually, comment below, what should I do with this area here? And in the electronics workshop, there's not much update. I've placed some more tools on the wall. And I've also decided that I will change this wall like with a lot of projects that I made in the past. For example, this speaker that has ferromagnetic fluid inside of it. I will have like a vintage TV here. I also want to add my vintage oscilloscope, which I have right here, but it's kind of big. But I will have it hang like in one corner and then add some more lighting. I'll add some plants, some more lights and so on, and make this background as cool as possible. And for the electronics side, I've placed here some plugs which are embedded in the table, as you can see. And I also want to make some holes and make some retractable cables because I don't like having cables on my table. So basically I'll have like something to pull and leave it and it will go below the table and it won't be seen. And here I have yet another plug, also embedded into the table. And in the studio, I'm not sure if I showed you this already, I've placed some soundproofing on the wall, and this is ready for the podcast. I also have my diploma here, which I would like to hang in some place, maybe exactly in the middle. And I've also started to make a logo, which I'll have here with electron loops below, so it will be seen from the camera when I'm making live streams. By the way, guys, maybe you could help me with this. I bought some RAID system for my hard drives because I have a lot of problems with that. My PC is using a lot of hard drives because I have all the videos from the first day and then I started my channel. So those are like maybe 40 terabytes of memory already used. So I needed to add it externally and I bought one that I should connect with an internet connection, Ethernet connection, so it will be quite fast. But I'm not sure how to do it. I've seen some videos online, so maybe you could recommend me a better system than this one. These are just some 2 RAID systems. And I'm not sure if they will be fast enough. So yeah, what would you recommend? What kind of RAID, which is also not that pricey because I don't have enough money for that. So maybe you don't realize, but there was a lot of change into this workshop Just remember how it all started. This was like an empty room. It was like a garage actually that had a ramp for the car, which is now closed with a wall, so you can't enter with the car. This was actually a garage, an underground garage. So yeah, remember how it started. Everything was white. I changed then the floor, started painting the walls. Then we have all this with bricks, which is now covered with wood. And also this workshop changed a lot. I didn't have the tables, now I have the tables. The wall for the tools. This huge table here was not here, it was storage at the first, but now I changed it. So yeah, then I've added electricity, the pressurized air now. So I'm advancing, but not that fast as I wanted. But yeah, I'm starting to like this workshop more and more, and it's close enough to the workshop that I always dreamed to have. And you know that each workshop update I show a new module that I have on my workshop, and today I want to show you this, because I'm planning to make tests for the UNREF 24 radio module. I've seen videos going up to 30 kilometers with a working signal with this module, so I bought an amplifier, some new antennas, and I still have to receive a patch antenna, which I should also test. And this is an amplifier, so you connect your module here at the input, and at the output you add the antenna that you want, and maybe we can get even to more than 30 kilometers. Stay tuned for that, it should be quite interesting. I'm not sure how hot this will get, but as you can see it has a pretty decent heat sink on the back. Not even sure the power consumption. And I'm not even sure if this will work. I've seen it on the internet, so I had to buy it. And I still have to receive the patch antenna. So guys, I hope that you like this update and you like the shape that turns with my workshop. I like it, so I hope that you also like it. And also the new machines that I have. Stay tuned for the update of this machine here and show you how to cut and weld with this beast. It will be quite awesome. Actually, I'm still making some tests. I already have the video more or less, but I want to add some more tests to it, so it will be posted maybe like in 2 or 3 weeks. And yeah, quite excited for that and excited to have a LED machine. I hope that you like this video and that you have learned something new. If you want to support me, you have my Patreon page below and everything, all the links are below as well. Keep up, you guys.